Hey guys, welcome back to the channel and welcome to another speed build. And today we are building a really cozy, cute pink home for a teenager and her sibling. And I thought it would be fun to do this one in Copperdale. I haven't built here in a while. So this is the Little Falls Nook lot. It's in like the lower right corner of the map. It's very secluded. It's kind of like in the woods over this little bridge, and I think this lot is so pretty. So I really wanted to try and build here. Now you'll see the front looks a little strange. It's like a weird diagonal thing right at the entryway. I was going for a certain shape, and it looks funny for most of the build, but I do end up changing the front later. So you'll see that rearranged at another point in the video. But for now, I'm just mapping out like the basic floor plan so that over there in the corner there is the kitchen. And then over here closest to us in this little box, that's going to be the bedroom. And then I'm adding a little doorway here, just a little archway on this side. And on the other side, near the back exit to like the patio space, I'm going to use some columns and half walls and spandrels to make like my own custom archway, because I wanted it to look, I don't know, I wanted it to look a certain way and I couldn't figure it out for a while, but I eventually got there. So this is kind of the final stage of getting the kitchen space mapped out, and then I did expand the house a tiny bit in the front just to give us a little more space. And then over here we're getting the bathroom square figured out, and then the rest of the room is very open concept, like living room, lounge area, homework space, computer desk. And these siblings are very close, so they do share a room. The teenager has that big double bed, and then the kid sister has the top bunk. I thought that was a fun idea. It's very pink in this house. It's very like colorful pastels. I don't know. I wanted it to look really like teenager friendly. Like she designed this place and she put it together. And she had all this furniture already in her mind and in her, that she had saved up or something. So we have this cute little like TV table, which is from Book Nook Kit. And then the couch and chair are both from high school years. And this little poof here is from Snowy Escape. Those are all the seating areas in the living room. And then I pick out a cute little end table, also from high school years, put it over here. And then the lamp from Book Nook Kit as well is going in the corner. And then we have a rug going in from, I think that one is from high school years as well. I really like the kind of pinkish purple sunset looking vibes to it. And then just figuring out the doors. I do use like the base game doors that came right before the Horse Ranch update. I love those doors. They're very simple and very affordable. And then we have the high school years desk is that off-white color, and then the pink one is from Parenthood. And picking out our desk chairs, we have one from high school years and one from, I think that's either Parenthood or kids room stuff, I'm not 100% sure. Picking out the base game laptop that isn't unlockable. And then a little desk lamp over there, which I think came with Parenthood as well. It's very, very cute. And then the little purple desk lamp is from Tiny Living. I put that on the teens desk. And then over here is going to be our little tiny dining corner. I use the table from Paranormal Stuff Pack, but then I switch it up for this one from Cottage Living instead. And the chairs are from high school years. And in the kitchen, you'll see I did put some Parenthood counters in, but that all changes in a little bit. So I'm going to spare you having to watch that. Then back into their room to just figure out what dresser and mirror we're going to have. And I picked out the one from high school years and the mirror from Modern Luxe. I do also change those around a little bit because I realized that there wasn't a whole lot of space. So I was trying to make it very kid and teen friendly. Now this roofing situation, I thought I liked it at first. And then when I came back to it later, kind of realized I did not. Very much did not like it. So I do end up changing that again, which is why I didn't include all of that footage because it was just driving me nuts. But you'll see here I'm placing windows from Horse Ranch. I thought that they went really well with the color tone of this home, and I thought that they fit the shape really nicely. And then I had to use my little trick where I line two things up and then delete the other one so that they kind of are in the same spot but just not quite so on the grid, and I think that that worked out really nicely. And then the bathroom has just one window in it. I do end up raising that up a little bit, but that's okay. And this big beautiful window in the very back, and then of course picking out the pink siding from Horse Ranch because I wanted this house to be bright pink and pastel and very pretty. And also the foundation is from Horse Ranch in this gray stone with the wood trim. And then over here we are figuring out the roof pattern, and I do love this scalloped roof texture because I just think it looks really, really pretty, and it goes with a lot of different styles of build. And then we are adding our roof trim as well. Now we're in the living room. I do pick out this paranormal wallpaper in that bright pink with like the gold flowers on it, but that changes in a little bit. And then also this darker pink solid paint color because I wanted it to kind of mimic the colors on the rug, not exactly, but at least kind of stay with that same color scheme. So that is why I picked a darker pinkish purple instead. And then picking out these lovely curtains from high school years. Although when I move the windows over and move everything else over in the room, I think it makes a little bit more sense. And then I also change the curtain over here on this little window next to the door to be this more like kind of dangly bohemian one instead of the like double chiffon curtains with the little bit of fringe up at the top. That back window has 2 double curtains right now, but I do end up changing that as well. Now we are in the kitchen, and I have picked out the Home Chef Hustle countertops and obviously still the fridge from there. The stove and range hood were already from Home Chef Hustle, but in a different swatch, so that was pretty easy to change up. And I thought that this blue and gold was really, really cool and kind of trendy, so that is why we went with that. And I didn't want to use the corner shelf in here, so I kind of pieced together my own upper cabinets to make that make sense. And then we were picking out the white herringbone tile for the backsplash, and then the floor ends up being the blue herringbone tile. So they kind of sort of match. They match enough. And then over here under the desk, I did pick out, it's kind of a bath mat really, but it is a rainbow kind of pastel cloud texture bath mat from high school years. And I used Tool Mod to size it up ever so slightly so that it kind of looks like a desk rug, like an under the desk rug. And then I use this wall paneling in the white and gold from the Modern Luxe kit, and a little stack of books from Tiny Living on the desk as well. And then I add one more column over here to kind of separate the rooms a little bit, and moving around the paint color just a tiny bit more. Here's a little plant in the corner over here. Now I do rearrange these plants, but I keep them, but I rearrange them. So the one potted plant is from For Rent, and then the plant on the wall, the little air plants in the containers, are from Bloomin' Rooms, as well as the little hanging plant. And then the 3 air plants hanging are from movie hangout stuff, and I just love all of those plants in combination together. They just seem really fun and youthful and easy to take care of. So also one more rug here from high school years, and I don't know, I don't get to use that one very often, but it looks really nice in here, kind of keeps with the bohemian style. And then some wall lights also from Paranormal Stuff Pack. I like the kind of scalloped and pink, like whimsical looking wall sconces. Well, no. And then adding a little candle up there on the half wall between the kitchen and dining space. Over here, adding one more standing light in the corner near the seating area in the living room. Some more wall sconces. It's kind of like dark and moody a little bit, even though the colors are bright. It's not very well lit, which is, I think, is totally fine because I prefer dark spaces myself. I don't like bright lights. But over here on the desk, I am placing this little book nook like basket with the plant and some books in it on top. I had to use the Dream Home Decorator shelf to get that in the right position, and then use alt placement to get it where I needed it to be. And then some more posters on the wall and that little tapestry. And I just think that this little space over here is very, very cute. I also wanted to hang some fairy lights up here, so I used these 3 fairy lights in the white color, and then I sized down the tapestry because it was kind of poking through the lights a little bit. And then we are adding a hanging plant right where the spandrel is, in between the kitchen and the dining space, and a little flower on the table. I think that's a pussy willow in a vase. It's very pretty. And then one more light over here next to the door, just to fill in that space and give it a tiny bit more light. And then over here we are adding a chest table, and about this time is when I decided to get rid of those curtains. So I changed them to those same ones from the front window, and I scooched this door over a little bit because it didn't seem like anyone would be able to get out there. And then we are working in the bathroom finally. So we have the shower tub combo going in. I did flip through the swatches for a while, but I decided on this one because I liked the gold fixtures and the light blue tile in the back. I thought that it matched this herringbone tile, and then I scooch it into the wall. And using these countertop pieces from Spa Day, because I like the white and blue color scheme, I think it just matches perfectly in here. And then the mirror is from Cats and Dogs. I also like the gold on the handle and the hinges on that door. And then we are picking out our favorite bathroom clutter stuff. We have the toothpaste and the soap pump, some perfumes. I think I pull out some like bath salts and cotton balls and stuff, put them on the back of the toilet. And then I do eventually move that candle over onto the countertop. But for now, we are trying to get the soap pump and the toothpaste cup in the right spot. There's that candle. I just moved that over. And then adding this cool little messy hair tie and makeup and jewelry organizer thing, because I think that makes sense for having two girls in this home. And then adding a toilet paper roll to the wall. You saw I already placed down that plunger, and then a little selection of lotions on the back of the toilet as well. And then a little bit of another medicine cabinet just above the toilet for added storage. I think that's important. And a little nightlight, because why not? Adding some pink flooring because I just wanted to keep it fun. And then we have this lovely organizing shelf going in. At first I was going to use that tiny one that you saw on the ground, and that was from high school years, and so is this big cabinet here as well. I really like it, and I thought, oh, I can fit all their bathroom stuff in here. So I put in some towels and a little set of hand towels with a bar soap, this makeup set from high school years. I thought it looked really nice right here. It did not place there on its own, so I did have to alt place it, but I just used tool mod to get it to the right height, and it worked out pretty well. And then I add a hair dryer, and it took me a long time to spin it around, so there it is. And also the bath mat from Horse Ranch. I love the 3 sheep on the floor. I just thought it was a really fun touch and gave it a little bit more of a youthful feel, because I didn't want it to seem so, stuffy. I wanted it to look like these girls designed this and like planned out the decorations themselves. And then of course adding our bathroom hanging light. It is that lovely crystal light from high school years as well. And then changing up the lighting here one more time, I'm going to add these little globe lights from Growing Together in the gold swatch on the walls to give it a little bit more brightness, because it just wasn't quite doing it for me. Needed a little bit more light in here, and also a tiny little curtain to go on this window here from Growing Together as well. Now we are into the living space. And I have one more plant going in from Growing Together over in the corner, and then one plant from the Modern Luxe kit, one from the movie Hangout stuff, and of course one from Crystal Creations, because I love that plant. It is so pretty. I love the basket. Had to use it in here because it just screamed bohemian to me. And then I added this little pillow here on the chair that is from Modern Luxe, and I used tool mod to rotate it to the side and then also to rotate it back so it looked like it was leaning in the chair. And I did play test this. My sim had no problem sitting on the chair. And then I added a little teddy bear to the couch just because, I don't know, just because. Also, my playtester sim had no problem sitting there either. So we are all good. Now, changing up the swatch on the bunk bed, I did this one with the same bedspread, but it has like pictures all over the frame, and I thought that was nice. And changing up the double bed to this one from high school years, it's very like pink and gold and kind of sophisticated, but still teenager looking to me. And of course this speckled purple wallpaper and another rug from Dream Home Decorator in this pink and gold swatch. I did shift through a couple of the different swatches, but I settled on this one because I liked the combination of the pink and the yellow up against the purple walls. And then I pull out this end table over here from high school years. It does currently match the dresser, but when I change the dresser swatch, you'll see the swatch of this changes as well. And adding that very cute light that's kind of like a radio and a light at the same time, and a little flower on top of there because I thought that would be fun. And then I think we add the same curtains, no, different curtains from the living room. Same pack though. They're both from high school years, but it's these very flowy curtains instead. And I had to rearrange the furniture to make it make sense because they were really, really badly intersecting with the dresser. But here's where I change the swatch to pink with like that gold and marble top. I thought that was really fun. I do get rid of the mirror. Unfortunately, they do have a mirror in their bathroom. They just don't have a full-length mirror at the moment. So that can always be rectified though. I couldn't figure out where I wanted to put it. It just didn't look right no matter where I put it. I didn't want to put it right in front of the window. So I gave up on that dream. But we have a cute little crafty flower vase there that I assume the little sister made, and some more crafts that she's working on, and some little perfume bottles on the dresser. And then I'm adding this little Dr. Bear kit for the child to play with, and then a toy box as well. I like this one, kind of looks like ice cream flavors, so thought that was nifty. First I hang these little like poster and the calendar, and then the butterfly picture over there on the wall because I thought that was so cute. And of course the chandelier from high school years as well because it's got like the pink and the gold in it. It matches everything perfectly. And we got some more string lights going in here as well. I think these fairy lights from Parenthood will always work with all teen and children's rooms. And then, of course, a little homework and like art project organizer. Plus, it has like a little medal on it. Maybe that's like she got a school award and she wants to hang it up near the bed. And then we have a big Blarfy going in the corner. And I pulled out this little tiny horse toy. And then I thought to go into debug and live edit. And I pulled out these two little dolls. We have a little boy doll and little girl doll and the horse. I thought that was sufficient for toys. I imagine that she's very crafty, and we probably should have gotten her a craft table, but I kind of ran out of space and I didn't want to clutter it up too much. But if you download this off the gallery, you can totally add whatever you want. So if you want to add a crafting table for your sim, or if you want to completely change up the house, completely up to you. But here you'll see I'm in the kitchen. I cluttered it up with a bunch of cool kitchen stuff hanging on the wall and the cutting board. The plant is from Eco Lifestyle, I believe. And then of course we have a microwave. Now we are in the backyard though. I am adding a set of monkey bars and a swing set. The swing set is from the Growing Together. I think that's from the like exclusive content, but I'm not 100% sure. Don't quote me on it. And then the monkey bars, I think, are from Base Game. And we have a bunch of debug and live edit plants going in as well. I was just trying to mimic what I saw in the surrounding area because I did want it to kind of blend in. So here you see a little bit more. I just kind of fast forwarded because I was too much. I did so much and I was shuffling around. It was exhausting looking at the footage, so I didn't want you to be bored. But we have a whole bunch of plants, a couple rocks, like with some tall grass and some flowers growing in between. And then I pick out this terrain paint to be kind of like the patio and the walkway to the patio. And that space that leads to that window right there at the back of the house, I figure if you wanted to add a grill or like an easel or an art table or something there, then that is your space to do so, but I kind of left that up to you. I didn't want to clutter up this yard too much with random stuff because I wanted it to look really nice and blend into the surroundings. So there's plenty of space for you to add whatever you need, or even expand the house a little bit more to the back if you wanted to. Of course, then you'd have to change the roofing, but I did make it more simple in the end, and you will see that shortly. So here we are finishing up placing the plants and getting them all where we need to be. And then we are picking out our mailbox. That one is from Seasons. And I also pick out a trash can and I place it just right next to it. And I think that is good enough for now. You'll also notice that I did add some of those like window arch pieces here. So there's one above the door that ends up going away later, but these little ones that I'm adding, those are from Cats and Dogs, and I think that they are very versatile, and they also add a little bit of shape to the house without changing like the room sizes or any bump outs. So I really enjoyed those. I put one on top of almost every window. Now you will see I am changing the whole front porch scenario. So I'm just cutting out a little piece of each section, adding one more window into the corner, and here I am shuffling those plants around, and it took a long time to figure out where everything was going to go. So I just did my very best and put them where I thought they should go. And then this little hanging air plant is going to go out on the front porch eventually, but we are adding our curtains back and just making sure everything lines up, also moving our thermostat under the hanging plant. And then of course I had to fix the like roof platform area so that I could fit different kind of roof on here. This is much simpler than the last one I had. So you'll see I just pull that long piece all the way forward, and then I added a second piece and I just kind of matched them up as well as I could. And then I added 2 slanted roofs on either side. Now later, after I finish this, actually, you'll see I finish it and then all of a sudden it's different because I looked back at it, sat here for a while and just stared at it, and then I went in a slightly different direction. So I added these 2 slanted roof pieces first. And then I changed it to this half-hipped roof instead. But I still had this piece sticking out that I had before. I just wanted it to be a little bit more slopey, if that makes any sense. I wanted it to have more dimension, but not be so confusing. So that is where we went with that, and I hope it wasn't too much. I tried to cut out all the boring parts, but we are adding more columns, and of course I put down this flagstone on the front and back patios, and then we are adding our air plant here to the front and just moving our bushes around so that they fit nicely. And this chair is from Jungle Adventure, and then the other little chair that's out here is like a little stool with a blanket on it, and I like it. So it is from the Little Campers kit. So I think that's the sister's chair, and that is where she like waits for the bus or waits for her friends to come over. And she has some crafts out here so she doesn't get paint inside the house. Maybe those are outside to dry or something. And then a little citronella candle on the Bloomin' Rooms table. Again, I don't get to use it very often, but I thought here was a good option. And then adding a hanging plant from Bloomin' Rooms as well over in this corner, just to kind of fill in this space. All the other plants were too big and bulky, and I didn't like it. And then adding 2 little lights here from Cottage Living basically on the door frame, and I tested it out to make sure it looked nice, and I really enjoyed that. So kept that the way it was. And then here we are finally back inside. We are going to be moving a couple more things around and adding a trash can in the kitchen and just making sure everything lines up. And then the rest of this is pretty much the rest of the landscaping. I wanted to put just a little bit more landscaping here in the front of the house, because this is technically the front of the lot where our playtester sim Winnie Harlow is standing. I don't know why I just picked her. I just thought it was fun. So she's our playtester sim for this one. And I wanted the front of the house, especially in the screenshot for the gallery, to actually look nice and not just look blank. And also I wanted to repeat a bunch of these flowers. And here's some terrain paint to blend it all in together. I really like the use of terrain paint. It comes in very, very handy. And then a little walkway to the back as well. And I do kind of clean that up because it's a very like stark line in between where the terrain paint stops and then the end of the lot is. So I do clean that up in a little bit. But first we're adding some corbels to the roof eaves to give it a little bit more interest, and it was very hard to place them because I had to like size them down and use the 9 key to raise it up a little bit, but it was worth it. I think that it ends up looking really, really cute. And then after this, the last thing we end up doing is working on the back patio space, because as you can see here, it is very empty and I did not want it to stay empty. So we added 1 more light, same as in the front, and a plant from Bloomin' Rooms, and then I made my own little trellis here with the Snowy Escape slats, and then some more of these get together vining flowers. I love them very much. And then a little plastic chair from For Rent, and I think that's pretty much it for the back patio, and that is almost it for this build. So thank you so much for joining me here today. If you liked what you saw, please be sure to like and subscribe. Let me know in the comments down below what else you'd like to see, and I'll talk to you next time. Bye guys.